Hi, I'm Colonel Mike Place, and thanks for tuning in this month. I'd like to talk with you about tobacco cessation, what it really means, and how Madigan is here to support you. Now, whether you started smoking years ago or just picked up the habit, even the idea of going without tobacco may seem impossible. But it's very important to understand that conquering this addiction is a long-term goal, and there are several ways we can help you become tobacco-free. Before we get into how you can quit the use of products like cigarettes and smokeless tobacco, let's talk about the why. Why is it important for you to quit? In addition to lung cancer, stroke, and heart disease, tobacco can cause disease and illness in other areas such as difficulties getting pregnant, poor wound healing, decreased physical endurance and stamina, bone thinning, and early menopause. Respiratory issues are common among smokers. Things like pneumonia and even the common cold happen more often and last longer. For a military community like ours, smoking impacts our service members' abilities to complete their mission. Because nicotine decreases oxygenated blood flow, smoking impairs night vision and increases the risk of heat and cold injuries. While your health is the primary reason we encourage tobacco cessation, there are a number of other factors that could lead to an improved quality of life as a result of quitting. On average, a person spends $7.50 on a pack of cigarettes a day. That rounds out to roughly $2,700 a year. People who smoke in their cars find out that they lose out on the resale value if cigarette odor is present. Further, some people pay higher deposits on homes to cover cleaning costs. I bet it's safe to say that we can all think of a million other ways to spend a couple of $1,000s other than on tobacco. For those with spouses and children, secondhand smoke is a real danger, especially for kids with asthma and other lung problems. Now that we've identified reasons why quitting smoking is beneficial, let's discuss how to do it. As I mentioned before, tobacco cessation is a long-term project, and it involves planning and determination. The first step is to choose a day to quit. Mark it on your calendar. Tell your friends and family and celebrate the fact that day zero is when you start fresh. Part of that day zero celebration is to make sure you have support. Quitting alone is hard, and by establishing a network of people to encourage you along the way, you're more likely to be successful. The second step is to speak with your primary care provider to determine if cessation medications are right for you. Some people need that added help to quit, so we encourage you to be open with your providers about your desire to become tobacco-free. This is especially true if you've tried quitting before and haven't been able to overcome the cravings. The next step is to keep a daily log of when you use tobacco. Identify the time of day and the mood you're in when you smoke or chew. Are you irritated, bored, tired? Understanding your mind and body is an important step in tobacco cessation. By knowing which moods or times of day create the urges to use tobacco, you can build your game plan for success with alternative options. The final step is to get rid of the enablers. Throw away the ashtrays. Store all of your lighters and do a deep clean of your car and home to remove the odor. If you typically stop at a particular convenience store on the way to work to buy a pack of cigarettes, try taking an alternate route and avoid the temptation altogether. Try quitting with a friend. It helps to have a buddy going through this with you. By doing the small things like these, you make a commitment to yourself to succeed. Although it's not impossible, it's unrealistic to think that quitters can get through a tobacco cessation program without a lapse or two. Most people who quit for good have tried several times. What really matters is that you don't allow one lapse to turn into a relapse. Turn to your support network and lean on them for encouragement. Military leaders out there, you can support your soldiers and airmen to quit in a number of ways, the first of which is by being patient in the process. By understanding that it can take multiple attempts for your service members to quit for good, you can support them on the journey. You can also create a culture of wellness for your troops who want to quit by including wellness classes on the unit training calendar, collaborating with your service members on how to succeed, and even designating a tobacco-free activity area with a horseshoe pit, volleyball net, or free weights. Any type of activity to keep their minds off of tobacco when the unit has some downtime. There are several tobacco cessation programs on JBLM. Start by calling the Armed Forces Wellness Center on Lewis, Maine at 966-3757. There are even online programs supported by the VA and the Department of Defense. You can also call the TRICARE Freedom Quit line at 844-I-AM-FREE. As we round the corner toward the end of 2015, don't wait until the new year to begin the journey to a new you. If you want to quit tobacco, we are here to help. And if you have any questions for me about Madigan's tobacco cessation programs, drop me a comment on the Madigan Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube pages, and I'll get back to you. Thanks again for tuning in. We look forward to cheering you on to success. Serving to heal, honored to serve.